Hello and welcome to Natna News Stream, your trusted source for reliable and up-to-date news. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more updates. Here are today's headlines. Christina Ricci excels at the World Swimming Championships. Fighting breaks out between Jubaland forces and Somalian army. Sudan's Minawi states that Sudan's crisis cannot be resolved through externally imposed solutions. President Ruto says Kenya invests 500 million Kenyan shillings to host Grammy Awards. Ukraine strikes Russian ports and claims oil depot hit. Iran's Khamenei blames US and Israel for Assad's overthrow. Saudi Arabia to host 2034 FIFA World Cup. And human trafficking rises sharply, this is according to UN reports. News in brief. Christina Ricci, proudly representing Eritrea at the 2024 World Swimming Championships in Budapest, has achieved a remarkable feat by finishing first out of 10 swimmers in her category or Heat 2 with an impressive time of 58 minutes and 74 seconds. Her performance showcases her exceptional talent and dedication to the sport. To advance to the semi-finals, Christina must outperform other competitors across the 8 heats, a challenge she is well prepared to tackle. As Eritrea cheers for her, hopes are high for her to secure a place in the finals and bring home a historic victory. Clashes erupted today between Somalia's semi-autonomous Jubaland region and federal government forces after Jubaland conducted an election against the advice of Mogadishu authorities. This development raises concerns about internal disputes overshadowing the collective fight against the Al-Qaeda-linked Al-Shabaab group, especially with the impending expiration of the African Union peacekeeping mandate. Jubaland's Assistant Security Minister Adan Ahmed Haji reported that federal forces deployed drones in an attack on Jubaland's troops near Ras Kamaboni. Somalia's Defense Minister Abdulqadir Mohamed Nur accused Jubaland forces of instigating the conflict. Tensions have intensified following the re-election of Jubaland President Ahmed Madobe, opposed by the federal government, which escalated into reciprocal arrest warrant between the two sides. Governor of Darfur, Mini Arko Minawi, has emphasized that Sudan's ongoing crisis cannot be solved through external interventions. Speaking to the Al-Muhajij news outlet, Minawi underscored the determined role of foreign interference facilitated by the Janjaweed militia, known for acts of genocide and ethnic cleansing. He linked the Janjaweed's tribal and ethnic agenda to the brutal tactics of the Syrian regime, which also relied on destructive weapons to suppress opposition. Minawi argued that real solutions must focus on halting support for the Janjaweed's backers and prosecuting those responsible for atrocities. His remarks shed light on the urgent need for internally driven reforms and accountability in Sudan. Kenyan President William Ruto has announced that the country has paid 500 million Kenyan shillings or $3.8 million to secure a bid to host the Grammy Awards, marking a significant step in positioning Kenya as a global entertainment hub. Speaking at a town hall event, President Ruto emphasized the administration's dedication to enhancing Kenya's creative economy. These efforts include initiatives such as Taltana Hela and collaborations with Hollywood to empower local talent. The bid aligns with Kenya's inclusion in Grammy Global Ventures and showcases the country's ambition to host major international events, solidifying its reputation as a cultural and creative leader in Africa. Ukraine launched missile strikes on a southern Russian port of the Azov Sea, reportedly causing significant damage to an oil depot in Bryansk. Ukrainian forces described the attack as retaliation for Russian assaults on Ukraine's energy infrastructure, which have led to widespread blackouts. The extent of the damage remains unclear, but Russian authorities confirmed that 14 Ukrainian drones were intercepted overnight. Despite the attack, Zan Transoil stated that the Draziba pipeline, a critical oil transit route, was unaffected. The incident highlights the escalating tit-for-tat actions in the ongoing conflict, with energy facilities becoming key targets. Iran's supreme leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei has attributed the toppling of Syrian President Bashar al-Assad to a joint plan orchestrated by the United States and Israel, with additional involvement from a neighboring country widely interpreted as Turkey. Khamenei's remarks emphasize Iran's commitment to the axis of resistance, a coalition opposing Western influence in the Middle East. He asserted that external pressures have only strengthened the resolve of resistance groups, reiterating Iran's determination to remain a formidable regional power. His comments come as tensions continue to simmer across the region, reflecting the complex dynamics of Middle Eastern geopolitics. This is according to media reports. Saudi Arabia has been confirmed as the host of the 2034 Men's FIFA World Cup, a significant milestone for the nation's growing football ambitions. The country plans to construct 11 new stadiums, including the futuristic NEOM Stadium, set 350 meters above the desert as part of the proposed small city, The Line. Saudi Arabia's efforts to bolster its football presence have included high-profile signings and investments in domestic leagues, with the King Salman Stadium in Riyadh set to host the opening and final matches. The 2034 tournament promises to showcase Saudi Arabia's vision for global sports leadership. The United Nations has reported a sharp rise in human trafficking, with the number of victims in 2022 increasing by 25% compared to pre-pandemic levels. The report highlights how global crises, including conflicts and climate-induced disasters, have fueled trafficking activities. Women and girls remain the most vulnerable, with sexual exploitations accounting for 60% of cases. The report also noted that an alarming increase in the trafficking of children, particularly boys, often linked to forced labor or criminal activities. Sub-Saharan Africa continues to be a major region of origin for trafficking victims, underscoring the urgent need for international cooperation to combat this growing crisis. That's all for today's edition of Natna News Stream. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe for the latest updates. See you next time.